Here's the truth, that the challenges we face are not just the fault of one person or one party. You know, it's easy to be against something. It's easy to decry George Bush's policies and think that change is automatically going to happen when he leaves, but it's just not the case. How many years, how many decades have we been talking about health care reform? And yet, year after year, the only thing that happens is that your premiums go up or more people lose their health care. Why is that? Well, it helps when you understand that the insurance companies spent $1 billion over the last 10 years preventing reform from happening. How many decades have we been talking about energy independence? Every president has gone before you and intoned, we are going to work to make sure we wean ourselves off dependence of foreign oil, and yet year after year, the only thing that happens is ExxonMobil's profits go up, gas prices at the pump go up, and you find yourself getting squeezed harder and harder. Why is that? Well, it turns out that Bush put Cheney in charge of energy policy. He met with the energy group, the renewable energy groups once, the environmental groups once. He met with the oil and gas companies 40 times. 40 times. So is it any surprise then that the energy laws coming out of Washington have been very good for ExxonMobil, but not so good for you? How long have we been talking about jobs being shipped overseas? 70s, 80s, 90s, year after year, rising income inequality. We just went through the first economic expansion where at the end of it, the average family's income had actually gone down by $1,000. Had never happened before. And we're still talking about it here in 2008. And you know why? Because every election, it's the same thing. Politicians come before you and they make big promises and they've got 10-point plans and they tell you how they're going to fight for you. And then when the election's over, they go to Washington and nothing changes. Lobbyists spend millions of dollars to affect policy. People would rather score political points than actually solve problems. Instead of fighting for health care or jobs, Washington ends up fighting about the latest distraction of the week. It happens year after year after year. I am here to say that it is not going to happen this year. Not this time. This is our moment. This is our time. And this election